Welcome to Pen and Gadget, and this is the Pilot MYU? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. What is it? Is it MYU? This is a very, very rare pen. Where do I begin? All right, first of all, if you watch this channel, you'll know that I have a thing for pocket pens. And if you also know, I have a thing for stainless steel pens. So there we go. Here's another one. Okay. So, here's Pilot's take on, I think, well, first of all, let me start. Let me preface this. This is vintage. This is not new. This is from 1974. Okay. There's a date stamp on it, which is one of the greatest things. Why don't pens do this more? Why don't pens have a date stamp? That would be so great to have. Everybody, every maker, if you're making pens custom-wise, figure out a way to do a stamp for a date, because it's just such a great thing to have. Anywho, this is a rare pen that I saw, again, I don't know where I saw it, in a video, something online, and I saw this and I was like, oh, what is that? I was like, just instantly wanting to covet it. I was like, oh my God, this is so sleek and sexy. Now, mine, we'll get into some details, but this is the most mint version. And I say this with, I geek out on pens. I spend a considerable amount of time researching online, looking at photos and sales and things that, pens that have sold before and yada, 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 to find examples. This, I believe, on the market is the most pristine, most minty version of this pen I've ever seen, period. Other than it being like from an ad from Pilot itself. I mean, it is immaculate. Insane. A lot of pens that are for sale that are mint, the chrome plating is pitted. And you have to look up close, but no, there is nothing of that sort on here. The finish is just perfect satin. It is so gorgeous. The sticker, sometimes they don't have the sticker, which is fine. I don't like the sticker. I'm not a sticker dude. It's on here because it's on here. If I had my way, I would rip that thing off, but the value would drop. I think it would drop. I don't actually know, because I see some of the ones without the sticker still going for the same price, so who knows? But I opted that, I turn it around. There, the sticker's gone. But, the sticker's on there, and the sticker is perfect. Look at the edges. They're crispy as Krispy Kreme could be. There is nothing on this pen. I haven't even uncapped this thing yet. I'm getting excited. Can you tell? Can you tell my excitement? Okay, here we go. We're, like a sword, like a Japanese katana. Look at this thing. Okay, we're gonna put the cap away for now. We're just gonna talk while holding this beauty. Some people have called this the Concorde of fountain pens. And I think you can see why. There is a resemblance to the Concorde. There is that sleek, swooped pointiness. Now, I have one of my favorite inks in here. It's Pelikan 4001 turquoise. So there is a little bit of ink staining. Yeah, you can see it. And I can kind of maybe wipe a little bit of it off. This is how anal I am, people. No, it's not going to happen. But I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. If there was something to covet, there you go. Now, there's a lot of dust. I just have a naturally, there's dust. I'm renovating. A little insight. I'm renovating my home. I have a house that is from 1900, and it requires some renovation. So every once in a while, the dust from other rooms, I'm sanding wood floors, and yeah. Oh, and it's snowing, and there's the snowplow coming on outside. I can hear it. Live. We're all doing this live. Anywho, so there might be little dust particles or little things here and there. There's something here that I just wiped off. There we go. But it is just freaking perfect. Look at this thing. So these little springs, kind of like the Mont Blanc My Mont Blanc 221, let's see if I can grab it out here. It kind of has a similar thing. Those little metal springy type things. They're there to make the cap, kind of snap on and have some retention. Yeah, this kind of has Pilot's version of that. Just excellent. I mean, look at the execution of this. Look at the lines. Look at this thing. All right, I know. Get a grip, right? Okay. So, this is one of those pens that I'm afraid to post because it's so perfect. Because it's metal on metal. Now, I'll show you. This thing's going to dry out, by the way, and then it's not going to write. There is this thing in here. Let's see if we can get some light in. Yeah, you can kind of see there's this inner ring. There's this There's this sleeve that's kind of like a basket. It's got like slots in it like this, and it's curved a little bit, but it's curved inward. It's like concave, and it kind of like scoops. If I could put a photo on the video, I will, and I'll show you what it looks like. But that's inside here, and that allows the gripping to grab it. So you see how it's still loose here, but it's grippy. See? So it's that inner thing that's grabbing the pen now. So there is some metal on metal contact. So I don't like uncapping and recapping this thing because it's kind of a collector's item for me. I don't really want to mess with this thing too much, and I do that quickly. I don't do it slow, because if you do it slow, if I make one continuous line on stainless steel, it's okay. It can kind of blend in. But if you like twisting and turning, then you're going to get all these weird marks. That's how particular I am. Anywho, but yeah, going on here, posting. I will post it for the sake of the video for you guys. Here we go. We're posting. It's such a satisfying feel. It's like suctioning to it. It's so smooth. But yeah, so full size. Let's get up in here. It is. Let's see. Oh, let's just leave it on its side here. Get that tip just even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I would say 5.7 inches in length when posted. Again, just such gorgeous lines. The sticker kind of ruins it for me. If I were to repost this one more time, just for the sake of the video, I'll do it this way, just to give you nice, clean, beautiful lines. I mean, look at that. Is that not gorgeous? And the nib, this is an extra fine nib, I believe. Oh no, it's fine. Sorry, this is a fine nib. It writes, now this is Japanese, for people who don't know. A Japanese fine is like the rest of the world's extra fine. So this really does write like in between a fine and an extra fine, I feel. It's right around there. There's no real give to the nib. Oh, so we didn't even talk about this. It's integral. Integral? Integral. It's integrated. It's one piece. This nib is the body. The body is the nib is the body. Yeah. How many pens are like that in your collection? Not many, I'm sure. So what else could you ask for in a collecting, item than just such beautiful lines? I mean, I'm gushing. Can you tell I'm gushing? All right, so writing, it's smooth. I thought this was going to have some teeth to it. I thought this was going to feel like it had a little bite. I got to tell you, now that it's uncapped this entire time, it probably won't work. Let's try. Every time I bring this thing out, I fail miserably. So let's see. Oh, no, it's doing it. Okay, so let's see. Now, it's been sitting out for a while, so let's see. Will it? No, it won't, because it's a little dry. But, I mean, it's smooth. It's very smooth. This is just beautiful. And I'm writing looking through the camera, which is hard to do. So that was not skipping. It was just me not knowing how to write. But yeah, I mean, it's just this thing is beautiful. It's one of those things that I feel like I feel like if you saw this pen in a video like mine and you thought, I want it, it's one of those pens that's kind of obtainable. Like, it's expensive for what it is, because you can get very similar pen. Well, I say that, but you know, there are pocket pens from Pilot and Sailor and a few others that have a similar shape. I'm gonna so they have similar shapes to this. This is something that has been done before, right? But with that said, they don't have an integrated nib. They're not stainless steel all the way through. They don't have the rarity, right? It's rare enough that it's collectible. There's plenty that pop up online, but $250, $300 for ones in the $250 range. They're not mint like this. And then in the $300 range, they're not mint like this. So if you want one that looks like, oh, this just came out of the freaking box, right? Like, I stepped back into 1974, went down to the local store and said, hey, can you grab me that box on the shelf? I want that pen. And I opened up the box and I took out the materials. This is how it would look, basically. You're gonna pay a crap ton of money for that. And I didn't, which is why I'm so happy. I got lucky. You know, again, this is not 100% mint. I know where the marks are on this, but you can't see them really. But anywho, this thing is just gorgeous. I write with it unposted, but I do that not because I don't want to post it as much as I do that with all my pocket pens. I'm one of those weird freaks of nature that does that. I don't know why, but I do. I like small things. I like small gadgets. Oh, we're getting to those. But yeah, it's like, this is just, I don't know. This is probably too much gushing, but I think it's just the right amount of gushing for me. And maybe this is not for you. Maybe this pen style shape is not for you. This this teardrop type thing, maybe. Is it teardrop? What is this called? What is this shape called? I don't know what it's called. But basically, it's sleek, it's slender, it's super futuristic, it's spacey, right? This is like a spaceship flying through the earth. I mean, the nib is just such a cool thing to look at. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, everything about it. Let's open it up. We haven't even opened it up. Look how late in the video it is. Okay, let's open this puppy up. This I will do. In fact, I'm going to do a couple of things. So let's open it up here. And we're going to show you something. Now, this is different. This, okay, is a piston converter. Now, it didn't come with this, but this is what I prefer. The reason why, and I'll take it out gently. Okay, this piston converter, as you see, I've written with it a lot. I like seeing my level of ink. That's the only reason. Look, I know how much ink is in here. I know I got to refill, right? So that's why I have it. That's why I'm using this. However, it's supposed to come with something else. And now there's a couple of different versions. I think you can actually buy the pen without it as well, from the factory. So it's not a ding if you want to pick one of these up and it doesn't have a converter in it. I'm pretty sure that brand new, you had the option of the converter or not in the 70s. So that shouldn't be a ding if it doesn't come with it. It should just be cheaper for you to get it. And you can get them. They're a little pricey. They're about, $40 something, give or take. You can find them and you could get the original ones. I forget what they're called, but yeah, you can. However, if I go into my trusty drawer of goodies, actually, I lied. It's on my shelf of goodies. Ta-da. Let's open this up here. Geez, I went through all that only to see that I took them. I prepped ahead of time to show this off. I didn't have to take any of this out. What a waste of time. Everybody's fast forwarding the video now. You can pick up one of these. Ooh. So this is by Pilot, made in Japan, stainless steel. this is squeeze converter, right? Great. So this originally came with one of those converters like this, okay? Different style, a little bit different style, and a little expensive to get. Again, it's like $40, give or take, to pick one of them up, the original ones. These sell for less than that. Almost the same thing. It's still made in Japan, still stainless steel, still the exact same thing. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather have the more modern one anyway, because apparently the original ones that they used to sell for this kind of are crap. And they're old, so the rubber is already, however many decades old. And this is brand freaking new. And I don't have to replace anything. So I got, I did that. I ended up getting the one that I actually use so that I could see how much ink is in here. And then for the little bit of collector brain in me, this. And I do have the original as well on the way, just because I had to, because it's a full set then, But anywho, you don't have to get that. But yes, this is just a thing of beauty. I love it. I mean, I don't think there's any other pen that I've come across that is this small and has this kind of shape or anything, other than the ones that are made out of resin. With the, there's no integral, there's none of that. So anywho, I've been rambling for quite a while on this one, but I love this pen. The more I look at it, I'm staring at my screen right now while I'm recording. Look at this, I'm bumping into things. I'm getting all giggity. Yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's gonna go to bed now. I'm gonna cap it upside down because I like the look of it upside down. Oh, because then I can show it off like that. Anywho, I've chatted like a bumbling idiot on this one. Oh, look, it got me. This is what happens when you do these things. You wave them around a lot and you start shaking them. I took the ink out, and it couldn't resist. It got me. Anyway, this has been Pen and Gadget. Sayonara.